What's going on, good people? It's your girl, Ms.Kecia, with a little chat and chew for you. Let me put my phone away because y'all know I'm a celebrity now. So my phone be bussing. Okay? My phone be bussing. Just so y'all know. So what's up, people? I hope everybody enjoyed their 4th of July. Okay, I'm not even gonna go there. That ain't what this is about. So we'll talk about our independence later, okay? But y'all know, y'all know. All right, so yeah, we're now in the month of July. Believe it or not, we got what 5 months until the year is done, bro. Listen, whatever you trying to manifest, you better get on it, bro, sis. You better get on it. Like, let's get after it. You know, a friend of mine told me this, and you know, she's my BFF. So you know, I let her talk to me like that. But anyway, she told me something, and it really it really opened my eyes. She said to me, she said, you know, one thing I know is true about you, Kecia. She said, when you get in adversity, you stop and you stand still. And I was like, what are you talking about? No, I be moving forward. I be overcoming. Yeah, no, I don't be moving forward. I don't be overcoming. You have to, like, I had to internalize that, because the truth of the matter is sometimes I do stop, because in my mind I'm like, I'm waiting on God to move. But what God is expecting me to do is to keep moving my feet, and he'll move. He'll still move, but I got to keep moving my feet. I got to keep moving in my purpose. I got to keep going towards my goals, my dreams. I got to continue to manifest these things that he has promised me. So I can't stop and stand still waiting for, you know, the phone to ring, or I got to keep moving. I got to keep going, because the work still needs to get done. So I want to pay that forward to you all. Don't do what I did. Don't stand still. And internalize that. Think about it. Think about, is that something that you do? Do you, in adversity, you stop and you think about, wait on God? Wait on God. That scripture does not mean to stop moving your feet. You got to keep moving. You got to keep going. You got to forgive and keep going. Keep going. Keep moving on. So that's my little nugget for today. So this month, all right, for the month of we're over love, obviously. Okay, so for the month of July, we are talking about building wealth and wealth as a mindset. I tell people all the time, riches is about dollars and cents. Wealth is a mindset, because when you're wealthy, you're going to think like a wealthy person. It's not meaning you're thinking about where the next dollar is going to come from. How can I get the next dollar? You're going to be smart about the things you do. Like, for instance, someone that plays the stocks, a day trader, they have to think about what they're going to be doing, because that's somebody's money that they have control over. So they know if they screw it up, it's going to be some consequences and repercussions. It's the same thing about wealth. Wealth is a mindset. When you change the way you think about money, you will see it will become a mindset to you. It become a way of life. You have to change the way you think about money. Money cannot control you. You cannot see money as a way of improving how you live. Because if you don't change your mindset going from level to level, you'll be getting more money, but you'll also be getting more debt. Your credit may not get better, because you're not doing the things that's gonna that's gonna build wealth based on the money that you're getting now. So we're gonna focus on that. We're gonna have some hard conversations about some of the things within our community that we don't talk about. Like, for instance, this month we will talk about insurance, life insurance, burial insurance. If you can't afford life insurance, there's burial insurance out there. Like, our mindset should not be GoFundMe's. We need to take that out. It's about changing our mindsets. All right, changing our mindsets. So first of all, let me give my disclaimer. The thoughts and opinions that are shared on my show are those of myself and my guests. It is not to change your mind about how you feel. We respect how you feel, but it is to give you a different avenue of seeing things, a different perspective. So we're not trying to change your mind. We're just trying to give you food for thought, okay? And we're trying to help you, give you nuggets to be better. Is that fair? Fair enough. Also, I would like to add, if we cannot agree, we will agree to disagree. How about that? All right. So we respect your opinion and we're just asking you to respect ours. So today's episode is about entrepreneurship. Let me tell you, I am a serial entrepreneur. Okay. Like, listen, they say you should have, and I wish someone would have poured this into me when I was in 18, 19, 20. I would be a millionaire by now, probably. But again, nonetheless, I have the information now, so I'm going to push it forward. Entrepreneurship is not easy and is not for the faint at heart. Again, that goes back to my first nugget that I gave coming into this show. You can't, when things go wrong, you can't stand still. You still have to keep on moving. You have to keep on moving. Move on to the next thing. Move on to the next opportunity. Move on to the, next presentation. Move on to the next show. Whatever it is, you have to keep moving because you're not going to always get it right in entrepreneurship. You're not. It's not going to always work out the way it did in your mind when you came up with this idea that you want to be a business owner with. Like, it's not going to always work that way. And you're not going to become, you're not going to build wealth off of the first idea. Like, you're going to have to put some work into this. So, having said all that, my guest tonight is a dear friend of mine. She's been in the makeup artist business now for about 8 years. I can remember when she first got started, and just seeing her growth, seeing her push, seeing her gain more knowledge to, perfect her craft has been an amazing journey for me on the outside. I can only imagine what she went through on the inside. But she's here today to tell her story and to pass out, to drop some nuggets on those that are out there in Facebook, YouTube land that are thinking about going into entrepreneurship, specifically into to becoming a makeup artist. But always remember, the basic ideas of being an entrepreneur is the same no matter what it is your specialty is. Like, you just have to understand there are certain things that you have to do and you have to go through to build a successful brand for yourself. So without further ado, welcome, Madison. Now, she's only Madison to me. Nobody else gets to call her Madison. Okay. All right. As long as y'all understand that, all right? And maybe we tell y'all a story about that. But go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
What's up? What's up, everybody? So my name is Khalila, but I currently go by Callie because a lot of my clients don't really know how to pronounce it, which is okay. So they call me Callie. So it's okay. Everybody call me Callie. But like Kecia stated, I am a professional makeup artist, and I've been doing makeup for the last 8 years. But I've actually been doing it 6.5 years consecutively.
And she's amazing. She does an amazing job. So let's talk about that. Okay, don't mind me playing with the volume. Okay, don't mind me. All right, so tell the people what made you want to become a makeup artist.
Oh, wow. Okay, let's see. What made me want to become a makeup artist? Well, so I started out, of course, playing in makeup. It was in my earlier days when I was clubbing with my girls and, 18, 19, and you're in there with grown women, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, wait a minute, what's this on their face? And what's that color up there? What's going on? I want to know about that. What's that? I want to look like that. So of course I started learning about makeup. That's when it began for me. It was birth. So I started playing in makeup, and then I started doing my girls, because I'm like, hold on, I'm thinking that, of course, we all start out, everybody's a professional. So I'm like, wait a minute, y'all can't go out with me now unless y'all have on makeup. So let me do your faces. Let me do your eyes. And then I just kept with it. After that, I started working for a fashionista. And on set, we did like a lot of photo shoots, that sort of thing. So on set, I would step in and do the touch ups and stuff for the makeup. And one day I had to actually do the makeup. And that's where it pretty much, I just fell in love after I did that photo shoot, and it was published in the paper.
Mm-hmm.
Totally just fell in love with my work, and I think I'm going to pursue this. And here we are today.
So it was per se a hobby
Yes.
to start out with, right?
Yes. Yes.
And then you continue to practice and learn different techniques, right?
Oh yes. Oh
So
yes.
when you first decided, okay, I'm going to do this thing, tell us some of the challenges that you had.
Of course, complexion.
Mm-hmm.
You've got, that's one
Obviously.
you have got to learn about. You have to study, especially if you're going to be, taking on clients. You have to learn about. When I first started, everybody, that was a big boom. And let's see. Let me see. You definitely got to learn about the complexion. You definitely got to learn about face types, because everybody's face is not the same. So as you grow, you will learn. I'm sorry, I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous. It's just me and you.
I know, but
Remember, I told you this. It's just you and I. Just imagine we're FaceTiming, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So when you say, everybody's face is different, you mean like shapes
Yeah.
and, you know, you got a
Yes.
fat face, you got a skinny face, that kind
Right.
of thing, right?
Right. And some people want, people will, some clients want to look a little different. They
Mhm.
like, they have a turkey neck or something, and they want you. So you have to be versatile in order to deliver, what the client is looking for. So being able to contour, or being able to, make sure recently, I take classes all the time. Like, that's something that I'm constantly always doing, is taking classes, because I want to learn more. I want to, always learning to grow in my craft. And recently, I was learning about the shapes of the face. A lot of people, their face isn't the same symmetric.
Right.
So, makeup artists, you've got to learn how to be able to contour the face to make it appear symmetrical.
Yeah, because totally, like my little lopsided lip, we did a photo shoot for our book,
Right.
and she like, I was like, dang, that's me, girl, that's me. Like,
Yeah.
why when I do my makeup, it don't look like that? My lip don't even look lopsided right now.
Hear that all the time. Like, how did you make me look like this? And it's just a craft. It's my talent. It's something that I love to do.
But that came from practice, educating yourself. Like, it wasn't like you just did somebody's makeup for the day and then you went home and it was like, tell us about how you balance, because you're a wife, you're a mother. Tell us how you balance that out and went from working other jobs to now I'm full-time me, I'm my brand, and this is what I do.
Whew, that
I
part
know,
was.
girl. I know. Trust me, I get it.
I'm not saying some days it's still not easy. Um, but so basically for me lately, since I've been taking business classes, so I
Mhm. Good.
how schedule. So in the morning times when my children are still asleep, especially during the summertime, while they're asleep, that's when I'm up. I'm doing my content. Grabbing a model. Um, just whatever needs to be done for my business, I do that in the morning times. That way I have the rest of the day to tend to mommy duties, making sure dinner's ready, just, regular mom stuff.
Right.
But yes, I'm sorry.
Huh? You're fine, Nancy. You're fine. You're doing magnificent. Okay. So how about when you decided to take that step and say, this is my brand and I'm going to push my brand out there and I'm going to step out on faith and this is what I'm going to do full time. How did that come about? How did you make that decision? And was it scary? Like, did you oh my gosh, like, did you have doubts? What pushed you to do it? Tell us those kind of things. Like, I want the people to know that it's no easy path to success. No easy, especially entrepreneurship. Like what you said about you're now taking business classes. I think regardless what it is your craft is, you should have some understanding of business. You should have some understanding of accounting, some understanding of accounting helps you to understand your overhead, your products on hand, what all of that should look like, how you do a balance sheet, how you balance everything out. So, how do you prepare for your taxes? Like, I think everybody should do that. So kudos to you for doing that. But tell us about how it was. What was your mindset when you decided, okay, I believe in my brand, I believe in me, and this is what I'm going to do?
Okay, so that would be COVID. Actually is what pushed me out to go full time. I was working at, I was an esthetician and I was working at Ulta full time. And of course, then I was doing more so facials. I was doing a little makeup, but more so like facials. So, it was really up close and personal. Of course, COVID came and I lost my job. And so when they asked me to return, they didn't ask me, I wasn't able to return as an esthetician. I was going to go back as a different position, but I wasn't able to because my children were homeschooled. So I didn't have the means to be able to have someone. My daughter was in kindergarten, so I didn't have the means to have someone here with her every single day. And at that point, we had just moved into a new home. And at that point, my husband was like, well, if you're going to stay home, I get it, but, what are you going to do? And we were able to I took my dining room and turned it into a studio. And that is where my clients come and they see me and, get their makeup or facial, whatever service I'm performing on them. And that's pretty much how it got started for me for full time. And I've just been working and building my brand. Now, I did step out and I did go to a salon for a little while. That wasn't for me at that time, at that time in my career. So I am back into my home studio. So it's okay if it's okay to try things. It's definitely okay to try things. And if it doesn't work, that doesn't mean that you failed. God has something else better for you.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm not gonna lie, it took me a while to get that because it's like, oh my God, everybody's gonna be talking, everybody's gonna be, what are they gonna say? And God's like, what do they do for you? I can't hear you.
That part. And so, like, I think that some people, like, we're doing a business mentorship 101 class here at Brass Mill on July 16th or 18th, next Saturday. And that's one thing that we want to convey is that, like, you're going to fail, but you still have to keep moving. Like, failing doesn't mean that you're bad at what you do or this isn't for you. It just means what you did that time, you can't do again. So you have to take a step back, do a self-evaluation and say, okay, how do I do this as to not get the same outcome, but to get a positive outcome. What could I have done different? Like you said, going to the salon at that time wasn't for you. That's not what God had for you at that time. His dreams may be bigger. Stay in your house until you're ready to go into your own salon, where you can provide space and mentorship to people like what you were 8, 9 years ago, that kind of thing. So I want people to change their mindset, because again, wealth is a mindset. When you start doing the right things, you will be put in rooms with people that you never had an idea that you would be there. And before you know it, you're getting all these opportunities because you just did the right thing, because you just kept moving, because you didn't quit. It's fate. It's favor that, like, it's going to happen as long as you're moving in your purpose and you're not moving on your own, like your own ideas. It's going to flourish. It's not going to always be easy, and it's not going to always work out the way you want it to, and you're not going to always make a lot of money. So you just have to keep moving. Like, you have to keep moving. So the next thing I want to talk about is this. I think that sometimes people go into business and they feel like they forget that they have to spend money to make money. Let's talk about that. Tell us a little bit, because I already know in y'all craft, like makeup artists, like you said about knowing the skin and knowing the complexion and knowing the shape, because it's a certain kind of makeup for this, and it's a certain shade of makeup for this, and then this may come up a little better than this brand over here. So if you want to look like this, I have to use this. But if you want to look like this, then I'm gonna have to use that over there. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Whew. So, as you know, our craft is definitely not cheap. Whew, yes. So, for me, it was easy. It's easier to, of course, watch sales. You have sales. You have to be able to budget. You have to be able to save. You save more than you spend, because when stuff comes up, you have it available. You don't have to call your mom. You don't have to convince your aunt. You don't have to, talk to your dad. You have your own finances right there to be able to use. Right. Like I said, I catch a lot of sales. Ulta, they do a lot of, they have like a 21 days of beauty. And during that 21 days of beauty, all their products, the certain products they have are 50% off. For me, it's a blessing that they are my products that I choose to use. So it kind of stacked up. And that way, during the different seasons, I can just go into a drawer and pull out, the primer that I need for the summer, right, or the primer that I need for the winter. It's really about budgeting. And that was
it definitely is. Like,
that was a hard pill for me to swallow, because I was one of those people. I was in, when I first jumped in business, it was like, oh, this is cool. I have my own business. I'm a boss. And no.
Right.
That comes after.
That part. And I think so many people, like, they get so excited about it. And even when they do budget and they save up, they do the right thing. They do a business plan, they do an estimated budget. They understand how, they figure out what their overhead is going to be. But in their mind, it's like, oh, I'm going to make this all back here, blah, 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 blah. And it don't happen that way. And then it's like, well, I failed. But it's not that you failed. Like, you just got to keep going. You got to move your feet. Like, you have to accept, the defeat at that moment.
Right.
And then just keep moving on to the next opportunity. Because that's like, we didn't make the money that we wanted to while we was at Essence. But yes, our book was featured at Essence 2022. Go us. But we didn't make the money that we wanted to at Essence, but in my opinion, the networking, the just being amongst so many people, influencers that can, influence which way the trajectory of your sales, like the connections that was made. I would rather have that, because I know, right now we're still young, but having those connections, like, it could take us so far, you know what I mean? So I didn't look at it as, a failure. I looked at it as, okay, you know what, it didn't work out, financially the way we might have wanted it to, but the connections and the access that we had, like, you can't take away from that. People are still pouring into me from that, from us being at Essence, how to make your, your sales, how to advertise, how to manage all your businesses at one time. Because for me, I do have multiple streams of income. So I get overwhelmed when it comes to, one thing that I get overwhelmed about is when it comes to giving enough attention to every business, venture, making sure that I'm doing the best and I'm doing the right thing for each business, so that, the people are getting the best product that I could give them. So
Right.
just being able, and that's the same thing with you, like like you said, Ulta gives those sales. You have the opportunity to, get the best products, because I love Ultas. Okay. Listen here, what? Because
Yeah.
I'm in a little makeup group on Facebook. Girl, they be telling when everybody having the sales. I'll be like, all right, okay, I know that one. And I follow the crayon case, because, oh yes, I got to see Super and I was totally starstruck. I love her. Oh my God, I love her. She's so sweet, so humble. Like, I think she is a great example to her generation. I think, I mean, I think what she did and how she did it, she is a perfect example of, even though it's not going the way I want to go, I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep pushing. And then it happened for her and she kept going. She didn't just stop,
Right.
at the first million. She kept going. She keeps producing great products. She keeps paying it forward to makeup artists in her, in her city. Like, I just think she's phenomenal. I love her. So I was totally starstruck when I saw her. Yeah. And then we was like hugging and talking. And like, I
I,
was just having a moment, girl. I was having a moment. But I totally love her. But as a businesswoman, and how she does things, that she will continue to build wealth because of the way that she does it. She's had public failures and she kept going. She didn't, oh, this happened to me. Like you said, what are people gonna think? And she didn't let that stop her. She kept going. She kept moving her feet and then guess what? Here comes the next million and the next million and the next million, because just like it may very well be people out there talking, but I promise you, for every one person talking something negative, there is two people for that one person that's going to support you. So keep
exactly.
moving your feet. So I think that's very important when it comes to entrepreneurship. Moving your feet, keep going, working towards your purpose. Keep working until you see what you dream. Like, you got to manifest that thing. You can't let defeat, get the best of you. So and also, I want people to get out of their mind that you you need to spend money to make money, honey, sir. You need to spend money to make money. Like, and then when you make money, you can't just spend the money you made. You shouldn't be spending the money you made until you have what you put in your startup plus double that. Other than that, nobody gets paid.
Nope.
Because if you're paying people as you make money, you will never build wealth. You will never build a savings, let alone wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. You're never going to build that way. Like, you got to have people in your corner that if you got a team, you got to have people in your corner that's going to understand, like, we got some ways to go before this happened. You know what I mean? So yeah. Oh, we got a question. It says, do you have a way individual investors invest in what you are already got going on? Now, I know, do you do that, Madison? Do you allow people to invest in what you have going on?
If they want to, yeah.
Okay.
No, not. I don't have anything directly set up at this moment. No, but that's the. I mean,
Well, just in case you don't know, as long as you have an EIN for your business, you have your business properly established,
yes.
people can invest and it is a tax write-off for them. They can invest whatever they want to in your business, as
Wow.
long as you provide them with a receipt and your tax ID number. So when they file, that's a tax write-off for them, and it goes into, your account, and you use that. Like, I have gotten into I have been studying about grants, because there's so many grants out there, like so many grants. Yeah, it takes a while. Like, you're not going to apply for a grant and hear about it in 45 days.
Right.
That's not going to happen. You apply for a grant, it may be 6 months, 7 months before you find out about it. But there are grants out there, but you just have to do the research. Small business centers, the Small Business Bureau, like, those are great assets to have to find these things out. If you don't have the startup money, the capital that you need to go into your business, sometimes you have to do that extra research. You have to and the other thing, while we're talking about that, is I think it's very important, and that was another reason why I wanted to start doing these small business classes, because I think that, again, wealth is a mindset. So if in your mind you don't believe in your business enough to properly establish your business,
Right.
because you don't have to make millions in order for you, like, these things are tax write-offs, as long as your business is properly established. Whatever monies that you spending, as long as you keeping these receipts and it can account for how it supported your business, you can, you file your business taxes at the end of the month, at the end of the year, then you're likely to get a lot of that money back. But I mean, you have to, like, that's why they say that small businesses usually either sink or swim the first 3 to 5 years.
Right.
The first 3 to 5 years, you have to be consistent. You have to, do certain things. Is, again, I want people to take out their mind that it's about dollars and cents.
Oh,
Now, if you're in business to make a lot of money, who am I to tell you different? Who am I to tell you different? But if you want to build wealth, and I think having wealth over riches, I would choose that any day, because that gives me a peace of mind. And they say money is the root to all evil. And you see what some people deal with. But I would rather have wealth than riches any day.
right.
Any day at all, because wealth is about pouring into the next person, not gatekeeping all the tools or whatever. That's
And
what wealth is about. Like, you get what you put out there is what's going to come back to you. You know what I mean? So
a lot of people
so
don't.
let me ask you this, Madison.
Mhm.
How about with other movies? Like, what has been your, tell me some of the negative experiences, because I have a really good friend that I went to basic training with, and I probably should connect the two of y'all. And Bethany is a really big celebrity makeup artist. She does all these classes. She's in New York now, but she's from Maryland. So tell me how some of the adversity you have either experienced or seen other people that may have experienced it?
Some of the adversity. One time, I won't call any names,
Please
but when
don't.
I was on set with a young lady, we were on set, and one of the models had an issue with us. We were African American,
Mm,
and she really gave the young lady a super hard time.
mm,
And it boiled down to she didn't feel like we would be able to give her the look that she desired because we weren't her complexion,
mm.
which is something that a lot of artists do face. But at the same time, if you are searching for a makeup artist, then I would look for someone that
Right.
maybe looks like me. But if you are a part of a show or you're doing something, then at that point I feel like you don't not I don't want to say you don't have a choice, but you kind of don't, because these are the artists that were selected, these are the best that were selected to come in to do the job.
Right. Totally agree.
That is one adversity that I myself haven't actually experienced it. Luckily, she wasn't in my chair, but to be there and to hold that young lady, because that hurt.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That hurt her. And it hurt, like I felt the emotion of it. And just to know that there
Because
are
unfortunately, it wasn't about her lack of knowledge
no,
or
no,
her craft, her not being able to do her craft.
no, it was all
And
about her.
that's a whole nother topic.
Mhm.
4th of July. It's just a
Yeah,
whole nother topic. Is it? Yeah. Um, but I could see that being a challenge, especially in your line of work. Yeah. Yeah. Hence
um,
why I'm not a makeup artist.
yes, and I mean, and not even just even that. I mean, when I worked at Ulta, I we still deal with that. People coming in and they're like, "You don't look like me. I don't want your help." They'll
Mm-hmm.
find somebody that looks like me. But that has nothing to do with my knowledge. Like you said, that has nothing to do with my knowledge, my education.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, the esthetician is the most knowledgeable one in there, because that's the one that went to school. That's the young lady or gentleman that went to school to get the education to be able to assist you
Mm-hmm.
properly.
And
So
not to mention, you haven't even given me the opportunity
yes,
to present to you, to show you that, I am well versed, I am professional, and I can give you what it is that you desire.
exactly.
So yeah, that's another side of business. That's a touchy subject, you know. And okay, so since we're there, let's just park there for a minute because I'm in a lot of these entrepreneur groups or whatever. And I noticed that some of them do come back and before they respond or whatever, they'll come to the group and be like, "Oh, I had this situation. How would you guys handle it?" And you have some people who come out and be like, "I would have did," just real not business like. And um and I think it's very important for entrepreneurs to understand this is that you represent your brand, right? You represent your brand. So, like for instance, um, there's an event coming up in August that I apply for, and it's called Black Women in Business Expo. Okay,
Mm.
but when you applied for it, it asks you what are some other events that you've been in, and who was the point of contact, and what's their number? Oh, did we lost Madison? Where'd she go to? Madison. Oh, there you go. But on the application, you had to, it was a section that said, what are some other events that you've been to, and who's the point of contact, and what's their number? So why that was so important to me is because me and my business coach, we were talking about some things that happened at Essence. And, I had in my head this plan that I had, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And then she said, no, you're not going to do that, because you represent your brand and you don't want them to have something negative to say about you, right? So, because there may be another event that, he or she may have to have input about you, or you don't want, it to be out there that anything about your brand is negative. And I had never thought like that, and then after we had that conversation, and I was feeling some kind of way when she told me that, right? Because I had this plan in my head. But then after she told me that, went home or whatever, and then when we sat down and did the application and I saw that, I was just like, wow. Like, I mean, obviously she's good at what she does, but like, I would have never thought that. I would have never thought that, where did I go?
I was about to say, you're gone.
I'm gone now. Quan, I'm gone. I can't see me. Yeah, it says low battery. Is it plugged up?
Yeah, it's plugged up.
Oh my God. Let me tell you about my nephew. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, bro, listen, let me tell you about my nephew, okay?
Family.
But I love him to death. He's my honey pie, my sugar pie honey bun. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. It said it again, Quan. It's getting ready to shut out.
I know it shouldn't be.
Well, it is. And we still got like 15 minutes. So you better.
Like 30.
No, we're not going. We don't have 30. It's 40. We have 42 minutes. See what I'm saying? That's why I always tell people, like, my show is not scripted. You never know what's going to happen. Okay. You never know. You never know. Like right now, Madison is the star. Madison, you're the star. Hey, talk to the people. Madison is the star. I'm not even there. Oh, Lord Jesus. He gonna get in trouble though. He better hope. Doc ain't watching. Don't be waving your hands in the air like you just don't care. Okay. So back to what we was talking about. So, when it made sense to me then, because when she first told me, I was salty. I was like, what? Nah, like, but then when I saw it, I was like, so just like, when I was in the military, we used to always say, oh, the military is a small world. Everybody know everybody. It's the same thing. And I'm pretty sure in your line of work, it's the same thing, especially in your city. Like, everybody know everybody. Like, it's the same thing. So you represent your brand. So sometimes you got to bite the bullet. Sometimes you got to say, yes, ma'am, we apologize. We'll give you your refund. Yes, ma'am. Sometimes you just got to do that, because at the end of the day, you are a representation of your brand, So I think that's important too. And you brought up a great point. So and so is the makeup industry catty?
Yeah. Truth be told, it can get catty. And it's actually weird, because I was coming up, all the upcoming makeup artists that I was coming up with, we were a community. Like, we looked out for each other. If I couldn't do something, like we would call each other. We still do it now, but it's just us.
Right.
It's like the newer generation, they don't believe.
They're on a whole nother girl. They're on a whole nother atmosphere.
It's weird. It's like,
no.
I don't understand where the breakdown happened. Like, I thought we passed a pretty good torch, but I don't know. I guess they dropped it and got it wet.
But
Oh,
They didn't pass the baton well, huh? No, you know what? In their defense, this is what I think, because we're a part of Generation X, right? And so we were in, you have to go back and watch my series on the Battle of the Eras. So we were the change from the baby boomers and all of them. We were the change, right? And a lot of times we didn't do well passing the torch. Like, because with us, with the Generation X, we understood the implied task. What's understood? You know, we
right.
knew how to think about the second and third order of effects. We knew
Yeah.
how to ask the right questions. But, you know, the
We didn't.
millenniums and Gen Z, they're a little different, you know. They want the blueprint. Like,
Yeah. Just give
you
it.
gotta break it down. Yeah, they want the blueprint. And so it seems like they're missing it, because you like, and that's one thing I like about Super. Like, because she can relate to them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? She
Right.
relates to that generation. So she know how to speak their language. You know, us, we like, didn't I tell you? Like, I just told you. What you
Like,
want me to do it for you? You know, that's the first thing we finna say. I'm not finna do it for you. You want me to do it for you? You know, like, I just told you what to do. You know,
exactly.
we don't got no patience with them. You know, we like, you seen me do it. I told you what to do. Now, God dang. Like, you know what I'm saying? But with people like her, and that's one thing I love about her, is she speaks their language. She knows how to, you know, get to those young makeup artists, and she knows how to, you know, get her makeup out there. And because of who she is, you just want to use her makeup. And that is the God's honest truth. When you see her, when you talk to her, you just want to use her makeup. When you see how she pours into those young makeup artists and even her staff or whatever, you want to support someone like that, because you're like, she's pouring into them, so I want to pour into her. As long as we're pouring into her, she's going to continue to pour into that generation, you know, the millenniums and the Z's and all of that. Because, you know, us, we, you know, the baby boomers, they got 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot at the pearly gates. You know what I'm saying? So with us, you know, we like, but didn't I just tell you? I ain't gonna keep telling you now. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? Like,
come do
I just don't got time. You know, our patience is short. So so that's one thing. And that goes back to, like, you know, I see a lot of the young ladies. It's mostly young ladies in that group. I think it's all ladies, but you know, they come on there and they say, well, and then you'll just see, they're like, well, they should have read your this, and you ain't got to accommodate them. And it was like, but these people, you want people to pay you money so your business to grow, right? Like, you're gonna have to take some L's, baby. Like, you, because it's easier for you to get more traffic by word of mouth,
and
right?
that changing
And
your
it's also easier for you not to get any traffic by word of mouth. So which one do you want? Somebody talking bad about you, or would you rather them say, you know what, I had a bad experience, but when I dealt with the owner, you know, she really compensated me and she took care of me, and then when I got my product, it was a good product, or, you know what I'm saying? And then they're telling people, you know, so it's word of mouth, it's growing like that. So yeah, I just, sometimes I be like, Lord, these babies, Lord, everybody, Lord Jesus, let me sip.
it's not any easier that, you know, Black don't crack. So we look like we're their age, and they
We're
no,
not.
no, sweetheart, we're not gonna do that.
We're not. Okay, we're not.
But I did want to piggyback on one thing that you said earlier, and you was talking about, you know, your mindset and changing your mindset. One thing for changing your mindset is you if someone comes to you and they may not have, all of the finances that they need. Sometimes you change your mindset. You don't look at it as you're giving them a service for free. Instead, look at it as you're tithing your talent.
That is so
You're
good.
giving it's not free. It's you'll get it back. Of course, God's gonna bless you, but you don't do it for that, for that particular reason. But tithing your skills and your talent will get you in doors and places that you would have never, ever even thought of. Not that you thought of them and couldn't get in there. You never thought of these places. And that's where God can take you, just off of tithing your skill and talent alone. Don't look at it as free.
Girl, you took me all the way there, Madison. Baby, you took me all the way there, like I'm over the rainbow. Baby, that right there, that wasn't a nugget. That was a boulder. That was a side of beef. Because like that, oh my God, that like, dude, I would have never thought of that. But you are so right.
Yes.
So right. You are, and
all,
that's what tithing is about. Planting a seed for the harvest that's to come. You don't pay tithes thinking you pay tithes on Sunday, Monday, God gonna give you an overflow. Like that is not how that works. You planting a seed and the harvest is going to, girl, that's the end of the show. We can't even talk no more after that. That's so good. Oh my God, that's so good. That is so good. Lord have mercy. That is so good. Like that just, whoa.
Feel like I still volunteer, I still go back, and I still give, and I tithe my time and my talent. You have
that is so good. That is like that's the end of the show right there. Like, phew. Like, I just want people to understand that in entrepreneurship, when you decide to step out and manifest your goal, like I shared a post today that you cannot be an entrepreneur without faith.
No.
You can't do it.
No.
You can't.
You won't make it.
You're not going to succeed on your own. Like, you're not going to make those connections on your own. You got to understand that God's grace and favor is going to put you where you need to be. That God's grace and favor is going to give you the ideas that you need. He's going to give you the money that you need. Like all these things, he's going to open all these doors for you to find success, to fulfill your purpose. Like that's the end of the show right there, Madison. You just blew me away, girl. Blew me away. Like that is so awesome. That is a great way for people to think about it. You are planting your seeds for the harvest that is to come. As long as you keep moving, as long as you keep doing your part, God will do his part. Like simple as that. That's what it is. Simple as that. Oh my God. Like, you're so amazing. Like you've always been so amazing. I can remember when I had surgery and you used to bring me food. Yeah. Like, oh my God, even though I didn't know your name was not Madison. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, y'all. Let me tell you, that one nugget like just blew my mind. Like, oh my God. Like this show has been so bomb. Like, yes. Okay, so we're going to wrap up, and Madison is going to give us her information. She is hailing from Faytteville, North Carolina, 910. No, wait, say 26. That's what it say, 26. Vietnam, 26. So if you are in the area, Madison is going to give her information. It will be on my YouTube channel also. But Madison, go ahead and tell the people how they can get in touch with you to get their face did and they, contours and look like they got a thin face, a thin nose.
Definitely find me on Instagram or Facebook. Both are Beautybykf, which are my officials, Kalila Frederick. Or you can reach me on Facebook as Kalila Frederick. As Kalila Frederick LE. But those are my handles. And if you would like to book an appointment, my booking link are on both sites. So you just click on the little button and it'll automatically take you there. And you can book and come on and see me and let me beat your face.
Boop, 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 boop.
Ow.
All right, all right. Well, we're gonna close it. We're gonna make sure Madison's information is on our YouTube channel and our Facebook channel. So those of you in the in the Fayetteville area and the surrounding areas of Fayetteville, y'all make sure y'all go see my girl Madison. And she's gonna hook y'all up. If she is good at what she does, you hear me? She had the whole wedding party, and my baby wedding looked good. She had the whole wedding party look good. I said, "Ooh!" I looked at Dominique. I said, "Oh, okay, girl. All right, girl." So, thank you, Madison, for being a part of my series on building wealth as a mindset, as our entrepreneur of the month. Yes, ma'am. And what was so great about this to me is that, because I always tell y'all that my podcast is therapy for me. It's my way to connect with the people. And this was special because I was there when she first got started, and just to watch her grow, because, Facebook is all about connections. You see, even though you're away from people, you see the great things that they're doing, to see the growth, to see all the things that she's doing now. I know there is so much more to come. Like, I can see her in her own studio with other movies in there, and she's educating them and she's paying it forward, and she's giving her tithe and her time. So I'm so excited for her. And again, if you are in the Fayetteville area, surrounding areas, and you need a makeup artist, y'all make sure y'all hit up my girl here. Now for next week, we're going to have another long-time friend of mine, and she is going to be talking about investments. All right. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. We're going to have throughout the month, we're going to talk about insurance. We're going to talk about, we're going to have a financial planner. We're going to have someone here to talk about burial insurance, because it is a fact that we as a culture, we're going to get away from GoFundMe's to put our people in the ground. Okay. All right. We're going to prepare to send our family members off properly. All right. And it's all about a village. We already know how I feel about the village. So I want our culture to go back to the village mentality. So we're slowly but surely making strides, and that is always great. So yeah, this has been a great show. That was a super duper dope nugget that's probably going to have me wired for the rest of the night, because I'm going to be thinking about this and talking about it. But anyway, so again, first and foremost, I want to thank God for the opportunity to do this. I am so thankful that he decided that this was something that he wanted me to do. And I am so thankful that I finally stepped out and do it. I love my podcast. I love you guys, everyone that interacts. Please share and make sure you subscribe. Tell your mama, your sister, your cousin, daddy, all the rest of them. Even your granddaddy in the granddaddy shorts. Ain't that what I call it? The granddaddy shorts. Something like that. Anyway, I just thank God for this opportunity to do what I do and do what I enjoy. I'm just glad he picked me for this. Shout out to my studio manager, my nephew. He be holding it down. That's my boy. That's my boy. To the Brass Mill family, they have been nothing but great. And if you're in the Belcamp, Edgewood, Bel Air, Aberdeen area, and you're looking for the opportunity to do your podcast, whether it's video or just audio, reach out to the Brass Mill Podcast Studio. All right. And if you're looking for suites, if you're an entrepreneur and you're looking for a suite, we have suites available now too. So please get in contact with the Brass Mill Business Suites. On that note, I want to thank most of all you guys, because you guys keep me going. I love it. I love the feedback. I love you guys' energy. Like, I love it. I love the questions. I love it all. I really appreciate the support from my friends and family that's out there, especially from the people who don't know me but may feel like they know me now. Like, you guys rock. I appreciate you so much, because we taking this to the top, baby. So on that note, I love you guys. And until we meet again, smooches.